have a treasure buried deep among all the Michael Jordan classics, and in this game, he looks to debunk the ridiculous claim that he is only a scorer. It's Game 1 of the 1989 semifinals against the New York Knicks. Michael and the Bulls have so much momentum riding into the series. In the previous game, they pulled the shocking upset against the heavily favored Cleveland Cavaliers. Jordan made what is famously considered the shot. But this matchup won't be any easier. Now, this isn't your dad's New York Knicks, where they relied on defense and physicality. This is your dad's older brother's New York Knicks. They had a group of players known as the Bomb Squad. They shot and made more threes than any other team ever up to that point. Their high-power offense helped them win 52 games. They were also a tough team to beat at home. They only lost 6 games all year at the old Madison Square Garden. Would Jordan be up for the challenge? He certainly looks ready to go. So does Patrick Ewing, who goes in for a slam after the Knicks grab an offensive rebound. Then we have Johnny Newman, who is dropping bombs like Funkmaster Flex. This is what they were all about. We stop here to show you this quote that Jordan gave before the game. As you can see, he didn't want to have to score 50 or 60 just to win this game and the series. He needed to find a way to get his teammates involved. Will he stay true to his word? After grabbing the ball, he sees how the defense is playing him. They're trying to trap him before reaching half court. So he passes it all the way to the other side to Craig Hodges, who makes a long 2. In the next possession, he's seeing the same defensive scheme, so he does the exact same thing. This time, he throws it to the left side of the court, and Hodges does what he does best. Here, he decides to attack his defender. He knows the double is coming, so he spins to split the double team, and he makes a sweet pass to Scottie Pippen for a 3. Now we're in transition. Jordan is lurking behind, looking for open space. He receives the handoff from Craig and hits the 3-pointer. On the other end, he grabs a rebound off a miss from Patrick. He brings the ball up. As he's reaching the 3-point line, he sees 4 defenders above the free throw line. That means the rim is open for the taking, and he's doing it all in this first quarter. But he's not done. The Knicks throw a bad pass. The ball is tipped to MJ, and he takes advantage of his easiest bucket of the game. If you want to see him play point guard, check out what he does here. He's waiting patiently for Horace Grant to enter the picture. He hits him at the perfect time, and he goes in for a field goal at the rim. After the first quarter, Michael established the tone of the game, and he never wavered. In the second quarter, the Knicks continue with their trap defense. They're left scrambling, and Jordan finds Horace Grant cutting for another easy layup. Now he's looking to post up. He sees 2 defenders blitzing, and that's when he makes his move. He goes baseline, and Brad Sellers is open under the basket. Let's take another look at this pass. Michael knows that he needs Patrick to commit to contesting the shot. Once he leaves his feet, he passes it behind him, and Sellers does the rest. Do you want all-around excellence? Check out this rebound he makes. He takes the ball up the floor and darts a no-look bounce pass to Bill Cartwright. This is starting to look like a Magic Johnson highlight reel. Where's all the scoring? He's passing it from literally all over the floor. Now we see Jordan playing a little defense. He steals an entry pass, and just for good measure, he makes a cross-court pass to Craig Hodges, who makes another 3-pointer. But the Knicks seem to have an answer for everything. Mark Jackson makes a sweet behind-the-back pass to Kiki Vandeweghe for a 3. Then Gerald Wilkins answers with a 3-pointer of his own. The Bulls and the Knicks shot a combined 27 threes for the game. What is this, the first quarter of a game in 2025? At halftime, the Bulls are up 47-46. Jordan looks like a much different player from the previous series when he averaged 39.8 points per game. He recognized the importance of his teammates getting more involved. He could win one series by himself, but they wouldn't get too far if he kept playing this way, especially when he was getting the Steph Curry treatment. There were numerous times when multiple defenders were guarding him before he reached half court. That means they were going to get open looks, and they took advantage. That gave them the confidence needed to create for themselves, as we see here with Horace Grant. Now we move on to the third quarter. Here, we see him pushing the ball up the floor quickly, and he draws 4 defenders. That's how much teams feared his drives to the rim. That leaves Craig Hodges open for a three-pointer. Michael's always looking out to see if the defense is falling asleep. The paint is all alone, and he uses his quickness to get behind the defense for an easy layup. All these plays are Jordan creating for others or for himself, but his teammates help here as he goes backdoor for a slam dunk. Speaking of help from his teammates, look at Scottie Pippen showing his quarterback skills. He throws a beauty while facing pressure from the defense, and Craig Hodges makes another three-pointer. He had 4 threes for the game. For MJ's last field goal for the quarter, he drives hard to the rim and the Knicks wisely get out the way. All of his field goals so far in the second half are in the paint. In the fourth quarter, Patrick Ewing starts putting the pressure on the Bulls. He goes in for a dunk after grabbing an offensive rebound. And even if you double team, it doesn't matter. You weren't stopping his turnaround jumper. The Knicks were up by as many as 10 points, so you know it's Michael Jordan time. Everyone in the building knows it. He makes a few hesitation moves and goes up to draw 2 defenders in the air, and Horace Grant does the rest. Here, we see more of that Steph Curry treatment. The Knicks were going to force his teammates to step up, and Hodges was certainly not shy to shoot. He makes a three-pointer. Then Scottie Pippen scores on a little give-and-go action. The second-year player had himself a great game. Michael shows why sometimes the best basketball play when you're double teamed is to take it yourself. But of course, not everyone can do what he does. In the final moments, Patrick has a chance to take the lead. The shot just rims out. Bill Cartwright is all alone and he misses it. Doug Collins is going crazy. He's ready to fight someone. But the replay shows that he was clearly fouled by Ewing. That was a huge missed call. Michael took that very personally. The game went to overtime and he went absolutely crazy. He's dribbling, waiting for the double team to come. Then he immediately attacks. He finds Horace Grant for another easy bucket. Next play, Jordan is sizing up his defender. Who's going to pull the trigger first? Ewing can't help himself and Michael rises up for a jumper. Now the Bulls weren't just running isolation plays for MJ. The ball here touches 4 different players. They're moving the ball around and eventually finds the most dangerous scorer on the planet. But nothing was more exciting than this play. He gets by 2 defenders and makes a ridiculous layup with his back to the basket. This one deserves a second look. He gets to the body of Sidney Green, his old teammate, and just flips it over his head. Just an incredible play. After 46 minutes, you would think he'd be exhausted. But look at him run all over the court to try to find some free space from his defender. Michael outscores the entire Knicks team in the overtime period. He scored 9 points to New York's 6 points, and the Bulls win the game on the road, 120-109. He finished with 34 points on 65% shooting, 12 assists, 10 rebounds, and 2 steals. That was his first triple-double for his playoff career. He stayed true to his word of getting others involved, and look at how his teammates played. All 5 starters scored in double figures, and they contributed big time. As the title of the video indicates, he was always much more than just a scorer. He proved it all season long when he averaged 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists per game. This was essentially your standard Michael Jordan performance for the 1988-89 season. Remember, he had 15 triple-doubles during the regular season. We saw plenty of highlights where he showcased how creative of a passer he was. It wasn't just drives and kicks as we see today. He did a little bit of that, but he also found ways to dump the ball to his bigs while having to maneuver in the painted area that was crowded because of all the attention he brought. This Bulls team consisted of a lot of young talent, and this game surely gave them a lot of confidence as the series progressed. We hardly ever think of this game when talking about his 1989 playoff run. It's one of the best when talking about players who dragged teams deep in the playoffs, even when they were underdogs in every series. Sometimes he won games by himself, but in this game, he did a little bit of everything to pull out a very important victory.